some reason, my slides were just coming out black. And I was like, this is not what we need. All right, guys. So welcome to day 4. Thanks for hanging in there. I was just a few minutes late. And happy Thanksgiving to anybody who is in the United States of America. I know you guys have Thanksgiving. When we lived in Turks and Caicos, we celebrated it there with friends from the States. So I know some of you guys are on a holiday today and spending time with family, and maybe you haven't been able to spend time with family for a while. So just sending you happy Thanksgiving from South Africa. Obviously, we don't do that here, but I just wanted to say that because I know that it's a special day over there for you guys. Okay, so we are on day 4. So make sure, obviously, if you haven't watched yet, days 1, 2, and 3, go and watch the replays. We've created a single replay link page with all the videos in one place just to make it easier to find. Hey Tracy, hey Anandi, hey Marie, nice to see you guys. So you can watch all the replays on one page, easy to find. I think it's just easier than trying to find stuff in a Facebook group. So today we're going to be mapping out your modules. So we've already done market research. We have brainstormed ideas. And, if it doesn't come to you right away, just give yourself some time. You can give yourself the weekend as well just to really, let it percolate and think about, what direction you're going to go in. We also talked about your product suite and what different offers there could be. But remember to focus on one thing at a time, create that, sell that, and then move on to the next thing. Hey, Lynette. So we're going to be talking about mapping out your modules today. Make sure that you are using the workbook. So if you need the link to the workbook, I'm sure one of my team will pop that into the chat now. So get the workbook for Create Your Signature Course That Sells, because that's going to take you through everything you need to do like a mini course. So just treat this as you would a paid course and go through that, because the answers are going to come from within. I can't give you the answers for what your expertise is and what you're going to teach and who your ideal client will be. So I wanted to do another client result feature before we dive into the training today. So this is Monica Dart, and she is based in Cape Town. Monica and I actually knew each other from the wedding industry. She came to my Barefoot Lux business retreat, and then she took part in the group program as well. And she came back on alumni track. And this is recent. Hey, Francis. So recently, this was, I think, July this year. And Monica, she used the same launch method that I teach. So laser focusing on one thing at a time, creating a sales page, creating an offer, creating your brand hero or ideal client for it. But she applied it to her photography business. So this is so interesting, is that I do talk a lot about course launches and group program launches, but I do have a lot of people who are photographers and designers, and you have another business. What's so great about the program is that you can actually apply a lot of the stuff to your current business as well, and then add in the teaching as an extra income stream. So Monica is planning to teach on in-person sales, but what she did was she used everything that she learned. She created a sales page, she created a launch campaign around this 40 over 40 women's portrait campaign, and she sold it out so ahead of time. So she's got to do 40 portraits of women over 40 over 40 in the space of a year. She sold that out, and then what she does is she does the shoot, and then she offers, prints or wall portraits or albums and that sort of stuff. So she actually teaches in-person sales to other photographers because she's had such success with it herself. So I can't wait until she launches that group program, because I know that's going to knock it out the park. But she had, now I've got something flying around here. Sorry. So she had a $41,000 launch. She's based in Cape Town in South Africa, but that's the equivalent in US dollars. So it's quite incredible. So she sent me this message. I love getting these messages on my phone, like WhatsApp messages or wherever. The people send me their results and it's so exciting. So she said, Chanel, it was all worth it. I launched my 40 over 40 women's portrait campaign and completely booked it out. With $8,000 worth of sales straight in, and then an estimated gross turnover of 41,000 by the close of the last portrait. Now, the way that she works this out is she'll do her first 10 and she works out an average sale from the first 10, and she knows by that point, because she's done portraits for so long, of what the average sale will be. So based on that, and I think she's done like, I don't know if she's on like her 15th or 20th shoot by now, something like that. I can't remember, but she's like busy shooting. So this was back in July, and then she's doing these 40 over 40, and then next year she's going to do like a gallery display and have champagne and wine, cheese and wine, and have all the ladies together. So it's such a cool concept, and she's applied this whole idea of launching something and booking people into this photography business, which I think is brilliant. So if you can come into a program and then apply it in your own way, bring that entrepreneurial spirit in and learn things, and then go apply it to other parts of your business as well, you can absolutely do that. So she says, I could not have done this without your course. Why did I wait so long? Thank you for the best business decision of my career. So, I mean, that is a pretty nice testimonial. And Andy says, I have been using everything you teach in my business, and I'm building on teaching aspects too, so I can stop exchanging time for money and scale. Exactly. That's what I think everybody's quite keen on doing who's busy watching. So yes, love that. All right, so just a reminder to share these lives, because then you can win that Carrie Green planner or the mystery box. So do share the live and type shared in the comments if you've done that. So Monica used my system to launch her 40 over 40 campaign, and she just completely booked that out. So yeah, super, super exciting. One more before we dive in. This is Ursula Kelly. So Ursula did my 6-month program. She also came back on alumni. So I've had a few of you reaching out about alumni track. So anybody that's already done my program, already worked with me, let me know if you want to come back in and come and join the live round again and the group calls. And there's also a Voxer access option as well for the monthly alumni. So let me know if you're interested in that. So Ursula had a £9,350 launch. She set herself up as a personal branding, mindset, and visibility expert, and she launched her group program, and that was her launch. Now, she also does personal branding shoots. She does full brands for people. My team and I have been working on her full website, so creating her new ursulakelly.com website. So that brand launch is going to happen any day now. So this is a little message from Ursula saying, just a little update to say my final numbers are 9,350 for the launch. Thank you so much for your help. So excited about the women that I am going to be supporting. So the other cool thing about Ursula is that, when she filled out a discovery form to have a call with me before she joined my 6-month group program, she actually said that one of her big dreams was to sell her house in England and move to this little island in Scotland. And she actually made this dream come true this year. So they literally sold their house in England, moved to this little island with her family in Scotland, the Isle of Arran, and you have to take a ferry there. So, she literally looks at the sun rising over the ocean, from her house now, and she's got the beach life. So very similar to me, but just on the opposite end of the world. So it's just such a cool story to share, because it's not just about the money. Often Ursula says it's not just about the money. It's about, what are you dreaming about? What can you make happen if you have a more remote business? If you're not, feeling like you have to be stuck in this certain location? What if you can work more remotely? And I think so many of us have had to do that anyway in the last 2 years. So the whole world has moved to more remote work anyway. So she created a gorgeous sales page, and my personal web developer actually built the sales page out for her as well. So again, like what I teach, you create a group program, a group course, and you create a sales page for it. So it's one page that talks about one thing. And I also give a copywriting formula for that. So a magnetic sales page writing formula that you can use. And then for the first 10 people that join Brand Your Expertise Online this round, I will personally go in and help you edit that. I am limiting it to 10 because it's a lot of work, and people normally charge like $3,500 just to write sales pages for people. And then anyone on VIP track, I will also do this for you. So gorgeous sales page. So she got clear on her ideal client, got over imposter syndrome, and expanded her product suite. Something weird's happening with my slides, and it's cutting off a little bit of the words. We are not that bad at spelling. I don't know what is going on, but it's fine. Just now it was just a black screen, so at least we can see something. I mean, oh, there we go. There's like a little weird thing happening with the animation. It's all good. Okay, so we're going to talk about mapping out your modules today. So you want to get clear on what, so we've brainstormed the idea of your course because we want to get you guys to the coveted, the 6 figures a year, the $100,000 a year. That's where everybody aims for in the beginning, and then you can totally scale from there. But it's a roundabout. Yeah, you see, like nothing is perfect, and we all there's going to be little techie things that happen when you launch. Just don't let it derail you. Nothing will ever go perfectly when you do anything online. Let me just tell you that. I actually don't think anything goes perfectly in any business, quite frankly, or in life in general. So how much do you need? I'm just recapping how much you need to aim for to get to that coveted 6 figures. It's around the 8,800, 8,800 a month. Is that what you want to aim for to get to the 6 figures a year, which is totally doable in this online space of, teaching and courses and everything like that. So totally possible. And then you can scale it from there. All right. So I just want to move that out the way a little bit. Boop. Okay. So choose the correct answer. Type in the comments, A or B. Now, if you've been around me for a while, you'll already know the answer to this. And if you're new here, I'm going to explain it. And it might feel like, Chanel, isn't that a bit backwards? But it's the way to do it when you first launch. So choose the correct answer. A, create the course first and then sell it. Or B, launch the course first and then create it as you go along. So type in the comments. I think a few of you already know the right answer for this when you first launch something. So even though it feels a bit backwards, like most people think they need to create their entire course, record all the modules, create all the workbooks, spend ages and ages on the videos and everything like that, create the course, and then they're going to go sell it. But the problem with that is that no matter how much market research you do or what you think the people want, until you actually launch it, yeah, everyone's putting in B. Good. You guys have been in my world for a little while. So until you actually launch something, you have no idea if you have the audience for it or if it's what they actually want. You could think it's the best thing in the world, and then nobody buys. Okay? So Francis says, yes, exactly. Francis says, I have seen people spend months and months on creating a course and never sell it. That's another thing. Because you know what happens with that? That's such a good point. Is that you lose that momentum because you have been looking at that thing for 6 months or even longer. You've been working on it behind the scenes and making the course, and I don't even know if they get to create their sales page, and they lose the passion for it because they've been looking at it for so long. And then in their mind, they're like, oh, I've been working on this for so long, I haven't even made money out of this thing yet. And they're in a negative mindset about it. And then they don't ever actually go and sell it. That's such a good point too. So what you need to do is rather create the sales page. So get clear, like what we've been doing this week, getting clear on what the course is going to actually be, map the modules out. Then you've got to write the copy for your sales page. Then you've got to build your sales page, and then you've got to launch it. And then you can create the course as you go along. So you can deliver it week by week, and you could either record it and upload it and drip feed it out in a course hub, or you could just teach it live like this using Zoom or Ecamm or whatever you want to use. And you just teach it as you go along, and then you do Q&A. And eventually, once you've done it a few times and you have proven that people want to buy that course, then you can pre-record it, package it up, and then just do the Q&A part if you want to do it as a group program. Okay, so yeah, very, very good point there. Love that. All right. Okay, so I want you guys to think about what is the A to B transformation that you are creating for people. So remember that people buy a result, they buy an outcome. They don't really care how they get there. They don't really care about the modalities and the way that you work with them and blah, blah, blah. So that's what people can end up doing. They're like, well, I do, energy healing and sound healing, and then we do like past life transgressions, and then bloody, bloody, blah. Like nobody cares. They care about the transformation on the other side of that, and how you get them there is your different modalities. If you're like a spiritual coach, for example, or, people, for example, they would buy, and whenever you're creating a headline, if you're creating a free training, if you're creating a course, even your modules, and I'll talk about that in the workbook, it's like create juicy names for your modules and for your freebies and for your courses. Like this course is called Create Your Signature Course That Sells. It's pretty obvious what we're teaching. Like they want a course that sells. That's what people want at the end of it. They want to create something that people are going to want to buy, and they can, leverage their time and all that kind of thing. So that's what they want at the end of it. So think about what is that transformation versus like, I'm trying to think of a businessy example. For some reason, that spiritual example just came to me. Maybe because I know Francis does a little bit of that. Not only that, but some of that. So like in terms of the business stuff, okay, let's think of if somebody wants to come in and sort out all your systems. So they're going to sort all your systems out and dive into your site and see what payment gateways you're using, and no, that doesn't sound very exciting. That just sounds like a whole lot of hard work, and like, I don't want to do that. But what's the transformation on the other side? Having a fully automated business where, you're getting Stripe notifications automatically in your inbox, because when people want to buy, your systems are all set up. You don't have to do anything. When somebody purchases from you, it's all set up. They get, access to the course hub. They have an onboarding, like everything is done. You don't have to do anything. So imagine when somebody wants to work with you, all you had to do is send one link, and then on the other end of it, like they had access to everything. You got your payment, went into your bank automatically. Like there was no invoicing and faffing around and all that. So you see the transformation on the other end is not like, well, we're going to dive into your systems and blah, blah. Like no one cares about that. That's, yes, you'll do that once you buy it. But what they want is, those automated Stripe notifications coming in the inbox, and, knowing that people can just buy and they're onboarded automatically. So that's like a businessy systems kind of thing. So instead of just saying like, we're going to like talk about the systems, talk about what they want at the end. It's the automatic payment notifications where everything's been done. Clients been onboarded. They already have access to everything. You don't even have to, it's totally hands off. So that's one of the things we actually do for some of my clients, is setting up all of those systems in the back end. It's like having contracts in place and all that kind of stuff, all automated. It's like, what? That's amazing. But nobody cares about the systems and the blah, blah, blah. They care about, easy, payments just coming into your inbox, and like the client being happy because they automatically onboarded. Okay. So think about that. Like, what's the transformation? Yes. Okay, Celeste, that's interesting that you say this. I love this. I love that this is actually something that is done. I've always shied away from advertising something before it's done. Yeah, I mean, nobody can see the inside of it anyway until they got access to it. So really what you need to do is you do need to get clear on who it's for, what it is. Write a sales page. Some people out there will go, you don't need a sales page. Well, you don't really need a sales page. You could just take that copy that you wrote, put it on a Google Doc and send that to people when you're in the testing phase. And then you could create a beautiful sales page. You don't have to have a sales page. I've seen people, as long as you need the copywriting formula for an offer though. You do need to like get clear on what that offer is, the transformation, what they get, that kind of thing. You could chuck that onto a cart page if you really wanted to do a quick and dirty. I mean, you can do that. And then you can create a sales page, but you don't have to have created the entire offer. Like a lot of people sell masterminds, and a mastermind, like it's more of like a meeting of the minds, people of a certain level, everybody gets together. There is no like specific agenda actually. So how are they selling that? You see? It's about the community. It's about people at a certain level all coming together. And it's about the conversations that you have when you're at a certain level. So yeah, you can do that. Exactly. Francis is like, yeah, quick and dirty. All right. So consider your product suite. Remember, we spoke a bit about this already, but I just want to reiterate it. So we're going to have a product suite where we have the free offer, we have low-end offers, we have your mid, which is like your signature group program, your signature course. That's the one that you want to get most people into. And then you have your high end, which is more like mastermind or one-on-one offers. So again, remember, what is the result that they get once they go through your course? So that's what people are buying. So people, remember that a result as well, in plain terms. So a result is a number or an event. It needs to be something that is easy to understand. So what will they achieve by the end of it? So, you know, when you're getting client results as well, when you first start out, sometimes when people get you testimonials, they'll be like, oh, it was so amazing working with Celeste, or, you know, Francis is just transformational. It's so lovely to work with her, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, for other people, they're like, what happened? What? And you have to almost, like, I actually have a formula, basically a template that you can send to people to get the right sort of testimonials out of people, because people will just be like, oh, Francis is amazing, love working with her, like blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but what result did you get? Did you, did your profit go up by 20%? Did you make $100,000? Did you make 10K months? And it can be like, at first, it's kind of weird for some people to talk about that. And some clients won't ever talk about that. And that's fine. We respect that. But I think if we get into a space of like celebrating other people, my clients are like, they're excited to send me their results. Like, I had a 10K month, or I had a $20,000 launch, or whatever. Because we are in my Facebook group in Build Your Brand Online, we're actually celebrating people publicly, and we're celebrating a lot of other women in there who are making money and having an impact, and like moving to islands off of Scotland, or like, you know, whatever, like being able to live in Spain, or like Shani moved to Bali, you know. So we're celebrating those wins without being like feeling shameful for that, you know. So it's really nice to be able to do that. And we do that quite freely in the Build Your Brand Online Facebook group, which is really nice. And other people are happy for them, you know, and seeing like, okay, if it's possible for them, maybe it's possible for me. I'm not going to copy them. I'm going to do it in my own way. And so it's an inspiration for other people. So what is like a number or an event? Like, did they get married? Did they get engaged? If you're a relationship coach, did they, you know, what tangible results can you get from clients? And then I do have, like I say, inside the program, I've got a template that I use, and that you guys can use as well, for getting the right sorts of like client testimonials from people, client results, where they can fill in like, this is the result I get because of whatever work I did with you, etc. Like, you know, that's really important to be able to articulate from your clients. All right, so inside your course, you're going to have your modules, you're going to have lessons, and you're going to probably have workbooks. I have modules, and then in some of my modules I have more than one lesson. So in the workbook, I've given you space to map out your modules like on a high level, but remember that some of your modules may have 3 or 4 lessons within the module. So depending on the module, for example, my first module, which is like go for the goals, I've got 2 lessons inside module 1, which is like, the first one is getting clear on how you want to work with people and all that. And then I've got like more of a visualization type thing, making your vision board and like creating that vision for the business. Then I've got a module on create your personal brand, your brand hero. So that's like your ideal client, your brand hero work. That's got one lesson. And then the launch module, for example, has got like 5 lessons in it because launching has got so many pieces to it. So do keep that in mind when you're looking at that workbook. This is like a high level overview, but each module is like breaking down those steps that you take people through. However, you might have more than one lesson inside a module, and then you might have workbooks. So thinking about what can you add into your course to really help people get those results. How does the brain work? Often it works really well when we've printed a workbook out and we're actually writing out our answers physically. So what are the steps that they need to take in order to get a specific result? So we've been thinking about what's the result, the transformation. Now you need to break it down. You're the expert. I can't tell you what to do because you are the expert in your niche, in your field, and you know the steps that work. So you need to get really clear on what those are. Okay. So something to consider that I have also seen work really well is where people create niche courses, and then that can become the product suite as well. So versus having everything in one course. So like my program is quite inclusive. I could break it up into different courses essentially. Like I could do a whole program just on launching because it's such a big thing. But I have included launching in my main offer, and I teach personal branding in there. However, if I think about it, that could be broken into separate courses. So I have seen a bit of a shift as well with people creating product suites that take people on a journey, and they don't just give people everything in one course. So they might have there's somebody that I can think of that teaches, first of all, like how to get going on Instagram. So they might teach just about Instagram, how to grow your Instagram, how to make money off Instagram with your business, etc. Then they have one on launching, and then they have one on passive income, where they then teach, once you've learned how to launch, how do we turn that into autopilot? Like when we have actually tested it, live launched something, how do we turn that into evergreen? But they haven't lumped that into one massive, huge program. They've actually broken that into their product suite. So they're like, okay, I'm going to teach on Instagram. And once those people get going with that, then, okay, they might want to now learn to launch. And then they might want to learn about passive income. And then they have a mastermind. And then they have VIP days. So that's their product suite. So they've got these different things that they teach. So don't feel like you have to put everything that in one program. There might be certain things that you can break into separate courses. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And that is product suites. Okay. So your modules, the animation on this one is a bit weird. It's cutting off my text and then it's disappearing. Wait, let me go back one. What happened to this animation? Oh, yes. Okay. So they can progress with you as they learn. There we go. Sorry, I just wanted to read that last bit. So it's basically, they can take your courses and then they can basically progress to the next course. And that's that product suite. So you're taking them on that journey. Okay. So just a reminder that your modules can have more than one lesson. So just consider if you need to create other things to go into the modules that are really going to help people. So some of the things that I have in mind are obviously workbooks, editable frameworks shared via Google Docs. So I find with copywriting, Google Docs is such a great tool. Google Docs and Grammarly for your spelling and grammar and all that type of thing. It's just such a professional tool to be able to use to really improve your writing and your copywriting. So I have a sales page writing formula that I share in a Google Doc, and then the client can work on that, and then the client can share it with me, and I can actually edit it with you. I can help you write your sales page. So it's a working doc. That's what's so great about Google Docs. So if you need to especially give people feedback on anything, what writing frameworks can you give people, or, are there certain frameworks that you can give to people to make their life easier, to help them get that result quicker? Often I found people were struggling with copywriting, so this is why I added that element in there of, giving you a sales page writing formula and me helping you write the sales page, because that's where I notice people getting stuck. And then once that copy is approved, then you can go build the sales page out. Then the other thing that we added in was an actual WordPress sales page template. That's a gorgeous design as well, that is designed for conversions, because it's no good if something looks pretty but it doesn't convert. So myself and my web developer, Monica says the formula is fantastic. So Monica has used the sales page writing formula. It really helps you. Like, if you've never written sales pages, you don't know what order it's meant to be in. There's a psychology behind it. There's a reason we do these things the way we do. And there is like sales psychology behind it. We want to take people on a journey on our sales pages, and we want our sales pages to actually convert into sales. So the other thing I saw people, and this will happen when you start to run your programs over and over and over again, and you get more and more feedback, and when you teach them live in a group program setting, you will start to notice where people get stuck. So like, where are they getting stuck and not moving forward? So what can you give them to help them get the result quicker? Because my whole business is based on my client results. That my client results are probably some of the best in the industry. If you go look at people's sales pages, they may talk the big talk and all that kind of thing, but go ask them for their client results. That's the thing. Like, are their clients getting the results as well? It's one thing to say like, I built a 6-figure business making US dollars, living on the beach in South Africa. I get to times my income by 15 because it's 15 to 1 here, etc. Oh, great. Well, that's nice for you, Chanel. But like, can you take is there a formula to follow? Obviously, it's not cookie cutter. It's like, it can be blended to or molded to whatever business somebody is doing. There has to be, it's not like you can only do it this one way. But is there frameworks and things that they can follow so they can also get a result? So like I say, the client results are the most important thing. Like, I'm always going through my course and going, what other template can I put in there? Where are they getting stuck? And so you can start to notice this when you work with people a lot. They are your best market research. You get market research all the time from working live with people. That's what's so great about that group program element, that live element of the Zoom calls, and staying really, really connected with your clients and knowing who they are. And the other thing is, it's always me coaching. Like, I don't have associate coaches, and you don't go in a group with like thousands of people and never get your question answered. It's quite an intimate group that I run, the group program. So I know everybody, and I know when they're getting stuck. And then, so that's where we've created, editable framework, sales page formula. Oh, wait, you also need a sales page. So that's where, and I'm just trying to give you guys ideas as well for your own courses, is where you get see people getting stuck, give them something to help them get a result quicker, because the quicker they get results, that's going to help. It's like a win-win. It's going to help them and it's going to help you, because then you can add more and more, amazing wins and celebrations to your sales pages and share those wins, and those people will tell people about you. And that's how business works. It's all based on relationships. So those templates to help them get a result quicker is, that's the best. That's the best thing you can do. It might be more work for you. I've just gone through my course hub again just a couple of weeks ago, went through like all the descriptions of the courses, linking to things, making sure there were all the right frameworks, like the templates, everything there that people need. We also revamped all the workbooks recently, and adding in new trainings where I see people get stuck. My web developer as well has added in trainings into the course hub for me as well. Blah, blah. But it's like, you guys can see where people get stuck, and then you can add in stuff to help them. So Natasha Lee says, interesting, I haven't heard you before, and this is insightful. Well, nice to have you, Natasha, on here. And I'm glad that you're finding this insightful. If you are finding it helpful, please share. I'm running a competition at the moment. So if you share this live, type shared in the comments, then you can stand a chance to win a Carrie Green 2022 planner or a mystery box. So yeah. So, and Andy says, love this way of growing and working and making sure you are serving your clients best. Exactly. It's all about that. It's all about the results that the client gets, and it's a win-win. It's a win for them and it's a win for you. So next thing, so put some fire emojis, give me some hearts there. Don't forget to share just while I have a sip of water. Okay. So what I want you to do in the workbook as well, if you don't have the workbook, make sure that you sign up for that free workbook. And then we're also putting all of the training videos on one page, so it's easy to just go watch the replays as well. So we've put that link around and about on the socials and on the emails as well. So what I want you to do when it comes to your modules is put your copywriting hat on. Now, copywriting is one of the, I'd say it's probably the most important thing when it comes to business. So being able to write a sales page or being able to articulate what you do in a way that other people will understand, that they know what you do and they know who they would refer to you, and they know what they would get. It's just it's such an important skill. So it's something that you do need to keep working on. So put your copywriting hat on and give your module some juicy titles. So obviously when you first brainstorm, you can be like, okay, module 1, module 2, module 3, I know what's going in there, going in there, going in there. Don't just leave it like that when you write your sales page or even in your course hub. Go to the modules once you've done the brainstorm and mapped it out, and then go, okay, cool, how can I give this module a bit of a juicy title? So one of my modules is, what is it? Just thinking of the name of it now. I think it's like create your sold out offer or something like that. So instead of just like create your offer, it's like create your sold out offer. So thinking, just juice up those modules a little bit more when you actually go to title them on your sales page and within your course hub as well. Remember that when people get into your course, you got to keep selling them into doing the course as well. Like you've got to kind of sell them into doing the next module. So just because people buy your course, especially if it's DIY, if it's a group program, it's a bit easier to keep people motivated and keep them going. If it's a total DIY course where they go through, like the industry percentage is something redonkulous, like 5% of people even finish a course. It's like something stupid like that. So you don't want that to happen to your course. So when you are creating your course and your lessons, give them juicy titles so they're enticed to do the next one and they actually want to complete it. And like I say, this is why I like to personally have the group coaching element, the live Facebook group, Voxer coaching, so that I can keep those people motivated and moving on, because life happens. People move house, people get sick, all sorts of things can happen, and it will. But it's like, don't let that set you back for 6 months now. Like if you have a breakup, if you move house, if somebody gets sick, if a parent has Alzheimer's, if somebody dies, like this is literally like, I am 40 now. So the people that I work with are generally over 30, over 40, over 50. So we have life, we have kids, we have parents, we have all sorts of things that happen. Things will happen, but how long are you going to let it derail you for? And I'm not saying you can't grieve. Like, trust me, we have the, amount of family members that we have lost at this point is, I think it's like 6 close family members in 10 years. Like, it's crazy. So we, parents are divorced. So it's like, dad, stepdad, stepmom, this one, that one, grand, blah, blah. It's like, what on earth? But, we can't just stop our businesses when things happen. or if we get sick or someone gets sick, or, you know, they shut everything down and we're in a lockdown, we can't stop what we're doing. You know, we have to be, and what's nice is when you have a coach and you're in a group, you can get to vent that for a bit, but you don't have to stay stuck in the story of like, well, because this has happened now, I'm not going to be able to move on. Like, you can't let it, you know, things that happen, you can't let it stop your business for 6 months, because then your business is going to die as well. Like, don't let that derail you for so long. Do get help. Like, I've certainly got help from, you know, a therapist or something. When, you know, when you're going through loss and all that kind of thing, it can be a good idea to see somebody and get that help and tell people and reach out. But don't let it derail you. You know, things will happen in life, and often it's the personal issues that delay the results. It's not like the program or the launching formula or anything. All of that works. It's personal stuff that happens that we all have to deal with at some point. That's what can, you know, take you out of the game, so to speak, but don't let it derail you for too long, you know. So yeah, side note. Monica says, what I love most about your course is that it covers everything one needs to know to launch, and your videos are gold. It's like everything under one umbrella. Yes, totally. So we cover launching, we create your personal brand, we've got social media marketing covered, we've got Facebook ads covered, we've got mindset covered. Everything is covered inside the Brand Your Expertise Online 6-month group program, which is opening for enrollment, by the way. Message me if you want to find out more. Okay, so create juicy titles for your modules. Alrighty, so tomorrow is day 5 already. Can you believe it? So tomorrow is day 5, and we're going to talk about how to actually sell your signature course online. So guess what we're going to talk about? Launching. Type launching in the comments if you're keen to learn more about launching. And there's always something more to learn about launching. Like, I have been launching and doing 5-day live launches since Periscope days in 2015, 2016. So I've been doing this for a little while. And every time I launch, I learn something new. New technology comes along. There was Periscope, then there was Facebook Lives, then there was Instagram, then there was Zoom, then there was Voxer. Now there's Ecamm Live. You know, there's always something new to learn, which is quite exciting. So you're never going to get bored in this business. And that's why people come back on my alumni track. They come back for more, because there's always something else to learn. And it's always nice to be in that group of people that are doing something. That's why masterminds are so powerful as well. You're in that group. And in a way, my program is a bit like a mastermind. I've been guest expert in a lot of people's masterminds. And honestly, what I do in my group program is very like what we do in the group calls is very mastermindish. Cool. Okay. So yeah, if you can't watch these live, you can watch the replays, no problem. We've also put all the replays onto one single page so that it's easier to find, because we know how tricky Facebook can be sometimes. So give me some hearts, fire emojis in there if you found this helpful. Yes, thank you, Monica. Monica says the support that you get in Brand Your Expertise Online is great because of the collective energy, and it carries each person on the journey. Exactly. It's like everybody inspires each other in there, which is really, really nice. It's a very high touch program. That's what I say. It's not like thousands of people in a big group and you never get your question answered. And then you go in there and it's like support coaches and you're like, where's that coach that I signed up with? Where's that person? Because they're nowhere to be found now. No. That's not what happens in my program. I know it doesn't happen in every program, but it does happen in some. All right, so let's get to the giveaway. Okay, so Perfectly Planned 2022 Thick Gorgeous Planner by Carrie Green. So I'm going to buy this and I'm going to ship it to you wherever you are in the world. So if you want to have your name in the hat multiple times, all you need to do is take a little video clip of something that you really enjoyed in this training, share it on your stories and tag me at Sagarius Bruce. You can share this Facebook Live as well into a Facebook group. You can share it to your page. You can share it to your personal profile. Tag me there. Maybe you can share a little aha moment, a takeaway, or why people might want to be watching it. So you can share that. Every single time you share, your name goes in the hat again. And Nandi is like, your name's going to be in that hat so many times. So but a lot of you other guys have also started sharing, so there's some competition happening. So make sure that you guys are sharing it on stories, sharing it wherever, and then your name will keep going in the hat. Also, join the Facebook group, Build Your Brand Online, and post your homework in the group. I know some people get shy about that. And, some people are messaging me, but like, post your homework in the group. Let me see that you're doing it. Let other people see that you're doing it. Because if they see you doing it, they'll be motivated to do it as well. So it's that collective energy that, people see other people doing it, and then they start doing it as well. And that everybody can feed off that energy. So second and third prizes is a custom mystery box that I will pick one from your country and ship that to you as well. This is the UK box. So if you're in the UK, it'll look like this. Okay, so how to win. Make sure you've obviously registered for the free training, the Create Your Signature course that sells 5-day mini course training that we're doing this week. I hope you agree that this is actually like a course and not just a fluffy training with no substance. So register for the course. Make sure that you have your workbook and you're doing the homework. So that's the link there. You'll see the link in my bio or on Facebook somewhere. It's all over the place at the moment, so check out where that is. It's actually pinned in the comments of this live as well. Make sure that you've registered for that as well. And then you can share this graphic. So this graphic is in the Facebook group, Build Your Brand Online. And you can share the graphic and say, I've registered for the 5-day, the Create Your Signature course it sells. Tag me on Facebook at Chanel Sigarius Bruce. And just let people know, what have you got out of this? Maybe share a little bit about it if you want to. Otherwise, you can just keep it simple. Doesn't really matter, whatever you called to do. And then you can tag me on Instagram as well. And your name will keep going in the hat every single time you share it. Okay? So share the live trainings when I go live, or if you're watching the replay, you can still share it. Doesn't really matter if you're watching it on replay, if you're watching it live. We all know loads of people watch the replay, which is amazing. And it's really cool to see how many people are watching the replays. So if you see from day one, because that's been up since Monday, you can see how many people have watched it. And I don't even have any Facebook ads running on it. It's all organic. So that's pretty cool. Like, it's quite exciting. So thank you for sharing. I do appreciate it. And it's getting this out to more people. Okay, so share your homework in the group and your aha moments, your takeaways that you are getting from the training, like what penny is dropping for you with this. And the 10 most active people in the group, you'll get your name put in the hat another time. So the more you comment and post your homework and all that stuff in the group, the more chance you have to win, because your name's going to go in the hat. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope that was helpful for you today, and I will see you in the group. If you guys are interested in learning more about how to work with me, send me a message on Facebook, on my personal page or on the business page. Or you can send me a DM on Instagram. I love a good voice note. You're welcome to send me a voice note, and we can see, which of the ways to work with me would be a good fit for you. So is it one-on-one? Is it the group program? So the group program, like I say, that covers everything. That's like my main offer, the main way for people to work with me. So that would be a really good offer, or a very good option, should I say. And then I can direct you whether, it might be good to go for VIP track, normal track. Or if you're unable to do that at this time, I'll point you in the direction of a DIY course of mine that comes out around this time of year. So from Black Friday to Cyber Monday, I sell a DIY course. So it's got some of the training modules in there. You can go through it yourself. And then if any of you have done my DIY course and you want to upgrade to the group program, let me just change face to camera. So if you decide that, okay, you've done my DIY course and you want to upgrade to the group program, you can use the investment that you invested in the DIY course to come and upgrade into the Brand Your Expertise Online 6-month group program. And then what I'm doing, because I know that we're heading towards Christmas, everything like that. So it's a 6-month live group coaching program. The 6 months will officially start on the 11th of January. Tuesday, the 11th of January, we will do our first group coaching call, like official first group coaching call. and it will be 6 months of support from January onwards. But if you join now, you'll get instant access to the whole course hub. You can dive straight into that, and there'll be 2 bonus Zoom group coaching calls that you can join if you'd like to join those in December. So that's optional. You're welcome to join, but your 6 months of live calls will start properly from January, but we're taking enrollment now. So just send me a message if you want the link for that. You want to find out more about the group program and what's going to be the right sort of track for you. Will it be the DIY course, VIP track, or the 6-month group program? So let me know if you guys are interested in that. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about how to sell your course and launching and all of that good stuff. So I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me again today. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody who is in the States. I hope you're having a wonderful time with your family. I hope that you are able to see your family. I don't know what the situations and rules are in different parts of the world. You know, things are changing day by day. But I hope that you guys are, you know, able to see people that you haven't been able to see for a long time. And we're all going into like a holiday season soon. And South Africans, like over here, people tend to take quite a bit of time off over Christmas and New Year. In the UK, we lived in the UK for 12 years. People don't take as long a time off there, but remember it's our summer, so people take more time off here over like Christmas and New Year. So like I say, we'll